1. What is the shadowing technique? Shadowing is a powerful language learning technique where you repeat after a native speaker out loud, trying to match their speech as closely as possible in speed, rhythm, pronunciation, and intonation. Imagine you are literally shadowing their voice, just one step behind, like an echo with purpose. But shadowing is not just about copying sounds. It's a full-body listening and speaking exercise. You're training your brain, mouth, ears, and memory at the same time. It helps you build automatic reflexes in the language, so you can speak more fluently and naturally without needing to stop and think about grammar or vocabulary. Unlike traditional pronunciation practice where you might repeat single words slowly, shadowing pushes you to respond quickly and smoothly, building a direct path between hearing and speaking. It's intense, it's challenging, but it's also one of the fastest ways to improve speaking fluency and listening comprehension at the same time. 2. Why does shadowing work? Shadowing works because it trains your brain in real-time language processing. When you listen and speak at almost the same time, your brain doesn't have the luxury of pausing to translate or think too much. This forces it to operate in English mode, not in translate from my language mode. Think of how children learn to speak. They don't study grammar rules. They listen, imitate, and repeat. Shadowing recreates this natural learning environment for adults. It also builds muscle memory in your mouth. Each language has its own rhythm and mouth movements. The more you shadow, the more your mouth gets used to moving like a native speaker's. Over time, this reduces your accent, improves pronunciation, and helps you speak faster without losing clarity. Moreover, shadowing forces you to pay close attention to how English actually sounds, not how it's spelled. This helps you become more familiar with connected speech, weak forms, contractions, and natural intonation. For example, you begin to hear that "what do you want to do" becomes "what do you wanna do?" 3. How to do shadowing, step by step. Many learners try shadowing and give up quickly because it feels too hard, or they don't follow a clear method. Here's a simple and effective way to get started, even if you're a beginner. Step 1. Choose the right audio. Start with short audio clips from native speakers about 30 seconds to 2 minutes. The content should be clear, slow at first, and interesting. You can use podcasts for English learners like The English We Speak or Voice of America Learning English, movie or series clips, TED Talks or interviews, YouTube channels with clear English. Make sure you have both the audio and the transcript. Step 2. Listen first without speaking. Before you shadow, listen carefully once or twice to understand the meaning, the tone, and the emotion. Try to imagine the situation and the speaker's intention. This helps you connect better and speak with feeling, not like a robot. Step 3. Shadow line by line, pause and repeat. At first, don't try to shadow the whole thing at once. Pause after every sentence or phrase. Repeat out loud, copying everything: the tone, the speed, the pronunciation. Record yourself if you can. This helps you notice differences between your voice and the native speakers. Step 4. Try full shadowing real-time echo. After some practice, try shadowing the audio in real time, playing it and speaking along without pausing. You'll probably miss some words at first. That's okay. Keep going. The goal is not perfection, but fluency and flow. Do this repeatedly over a few days. You'll be amazed how much smoother and faster your speech becomes. Step 5. Mix it up. Once you feel more confident, change the speed of the audio, slow it down or speed it up. Use different voices: male, female, American, British, and try various topics. The variety keeps your brain flexible and your accent more neutral. 4. Common mistakes to avoid when shadowing. When starting shadowing, many learners fall into traps that reduce its effectiveness. Knowing these in advance can help you save time and energy. First, don't shadow passively. Just mumbling words without emotion or attention won't help. You need to focus deeply on every sound and intonation, like an actor learning a role. Shadowing is not background practice, it's performance. Second, don't expect to get it perfect on day one. Fluency comes through repetition, not through perfection. You will stumble, mumble, or miss words. That's normal. The goal is not to be perfect, but to keep speaking and improving. Third, don't shadow things that are too difficult for your level. If the speaker talks too fast or uses advanced vocabulary you don't understand, you'll feel overwhelmed. Choose something just above your current level, challenging, but not impossible. Finally, don't forget to speak out loud. Whispering doesn't build pronunciation muscles. Be bold. Speak clearly. You're training your speaking voice to become confident and natural in English. 5. How often should you do it? Shadowing is like going to the gym for your English muscles. To see results, you need consistent practice, not just one intense session. For beginners, 10 to 15 minutes a day is a great start. Focus on one short clip and do it every day for a week. You'll notice improvement even after 3 to 4 days, as you become more comfortable. Increase your time or shadow different materials. Make it part of your daily language routine. Morning, shadow a motivational quote or dialogue. Lunch break, shadow a podcast while walking. Evening. Shadow a scene from your favorite series. The key is short but focused sessions. Shadowing for hours once a week is less effective than 10 minutes daily. 6. Turn shadowing into a personal challenge. To stay motivated, turn shadowing into a game or challenge. For example, can you shadow one clip every day for 30 days? Can you shadow an entire movie scene perfectly? Can you mimic the tone and style of your favorite speaker? Record your voice at the beginning and after a few weeks. Compare the difference. You'll be surprised at your progress. You'll sound smoother, clearer, and more natural. That kind of visible improvement builds confidence and keeps you going. If possible, find a language partner or coach who can listen and give you feedback. This makes shadowing more interactive and even more effective. 7. Final thoughts. Shadowing is fluency training. Shadowing may feel strange at first. You might feel silly talking to yourself or struggle to keep up with the speaker. But don't give up. Every time you shadow, you're creating neural pathways that make English more automatic. You're not just learning to speak, you're learning to think, breathe, and respond like a native speaker. Over time, shadowing rewires your brain to stop translating and start feeling the language. That's fluency. That's when English becomes a part of you. So give shadowing a real chance. Pick one voice, one clip, one day, then another, then another. Speak with rhythm, energy, and heart. You're not imitating, you're transforming. 7. Final thoughts. Shadowing is not just imitation, it's transformation. Many beginners assume that shadowing is simply about copying what a native speaker says. While imitation is a part of the technique, it's only the surface layer. The real power of shadowing lies in its ability to transform how your brain processes language. Every time you shadow, you are rewiring your brain to respond directly in English instead of translating from your native language. This technique helps you internalize sentence structures, rhythm, tone, and natural phrasing without consciously memorizing grammar rules. Over time, your ability to think, respond, and speak in English becomes more automatic and fluid. It's not about sounding perfect. Perfection is never the goal. Instead, focus on progress and consistency. 10 minutes of shadowing every day is far more effective than 1 hour once a week. It trains your mouth, ears, and brain to work together just like they do for a native speaker. Shadowing is not a shortcut, but it is a shortcut to long-term success. You don't need to understand everything word for word at first. You need to stay committed, even when it feels repetitive or uncomfortable. Eventually, you'll realize you're speaking English not by effort, but by habit, and that's true transformation. 8. Combine shadowing with other active practices. Shadowing is incredibly effective, but it works best when used alongside other language learning activities. For example, after shadowing a video or audio clip, take time to summarize it in your own words. This retelling strengthens your understanding, improves speaking fluency, and forces your brain to actively organize English sentences. Also, extract key vocabulary or phrases from the material you shadowed. Make it a goal to use these new expressions in your writing or in actual conversations during the day. This reinforces your memory and gives the words a real-life function, rather than just sitting in your notebook. You can even turn a shadowing session into a complete listening and speaking lesson. Focus on one short clip. Listen passively first, then shadow. Then write a short paragraph about the topic. Finally, speak freely about it without reading or repeating, just like you would in a real conversation. By combining shadowing with these dynamic methods, you will strengthen not only your pronunciation and rhythm, but also your grammar, vocabulary, and speaking fluency all at once. 9. Make shadowing a daily identity habit. The most successful learners don't just practice shadowing, they live it. They make it part of who they are. Just like brushing your teeth or drinking coffee in the morning, shadowing can become a non-negotiable daily habit. You don't need special motivation every day if it's already part of your lifestyle. You can create a shadowing corner at home, a quiet space where you feel comfortable speaking out loud, or use your commute, walks, or cooking time as mini shadowing sessions with your headphones on. The key is to tie it to moments you already experience daily, so it feels natural instead of forced. You can also make the practice more enjoyable by choosing content that inspires you. TED Talks, podcasts, drama scenes, or even YouTube vlogs. Let it be fun, emotional, and connected to your interests. That's when shadowing becomes more than a technique, it becomes a part of your learning identity. And when something becomes part of who you are, consistency becomes effortless. 10. Record yourself, reflect deeply, and repeat often. One of the most powerful upgrades to your shadowing routine is to record your voice and listen to yourself afterward. While you're shadowing, your mind is busy keeping up with speed and pronunciation. But when you listen back, you can clearly identify your weak points, unclear words, dropped endings, flat intonation, or unnatural pauses. This reflection helps you develop what musicians call a critical ear. You'll start to hear the differences between your speech and the native version, not with judgment, but with curiosity. You can then go back, shadow the same clip again, and correct those exact problems. You don't need expensive equipment. Your phone's voice recorder is enough. You can even create a shadow journal where you save daily recordings and compare them weekly to track your growth. Over time, you'll hear dramatic improvements not just in pronunciation, but in confidence, fluency, and delivery. And if you have a teacher, language partner, or even a community group, share your recordings occasionally and ask for feedback. Outside input can accelerate your awareness and help you fix habits you didn't notice. Conclusion: shadowing is more than just repeating English. It's a complete brain and body training system for thinking, speaking, and responding naturally in English. It may feel challenging in the beginning, but with consistency, passion, and smart techniques, shadowing will help you reach fluency faster than you ever thought possible.